Good afternoon, TAAPS subscribers. Tonight, we have a special guest interview from a recent sighting coming from Nacogdoches, Texas area. Tonight, I, Robert Michalek, will have the privilege of interviewing my cousin Tommy Hidrago. Well, let's dive into this story. So, Tommy, if you want to give a quick bio about yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Tommy. I was used to be in the Army for 6 years and just starting out, just working back in the civilian world. And yeah, just had the crazy time of just seeing Bigfoot. Never thought I would ever see it in my lifetime. And it wasn't really a big thing on with myself, but until I saw it, I'm really fully believing it now.
I'll bet. So, I guess in your best description, go ahead and give the details of what you've seen.
Well, it was just a couple of weeks ago from the time we're recording this right now. Not a couple of weeks ago, apologies. But last week. And I was just driving back from seeing a good old Army buddy of mine. He's still in with his contract. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was driving back and in the Nacogdoches from Conroe. And about the time taking the road I was taking, it took me to a town called Kindred. It was on Kinner. Kinner. And it was raining, crazy stormy weather. I was just tired, trying to get back home. I'm going 75 miles per hour driving down this road. And I'm just driving, and I see a man on the side of the road on the shoulder as I'm coming after a hill. And I'm just like thinking to myself, what's a guy doing outside right now at 1 o'clock in the morning? I mean, like, is he stranded or something? And, I'm kind of getting my mentality of like, maybe I should stop and help this guy. And as I'm driving closer, I'm realizing that the figure of this man is getting a lot bigger. And of course, as I'm getting closer, I'm realizing this is not a guy. This is something else. Getting closer and closer as I get, this is it's just a mass of red hair, all draped in water. And as I passed it, seeing how tall it was, and it's taller than my vehicle. And what I drive is a Chevrolet Avalanche 2003, and I mean, it was taller than the vehicle itself. And seeing this, I was driving, of course, 75 miles per hour, passing it. I just couldn't comprehend what I just had seen. I mean, it completely awoke me up, and I just could not believe it. It's like I kept questioning myself with rational thought. It's like, did I see what I just saw?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it shook me up. I actually called my buddy that I had left from to tell him what I had just saw, and I was a little bit panicked just because, like, I don't know, it just set some type of instinctual, like, fear into me of, like, not understanding what I just saw. And, he heard me out and kind of helped me ground myself where I was, but I never expected just to see him on the side of the road driving home. I couldn't believe it.
I can imagine it'd be a big surprise.
Yeah.
But so how tall did you think it was? You said 8 to 9 foot. You were thinking maybe.
So I say, look, getting into my vehicle, the height was just maybe like just a little bit above me, but the size of the Sasquatch was about like I'd say maybe 5 feet taller than my vehicle.
Wow. Okay. So that's
I mean, it was a pretty massive built structure of a humanoid,
Yeah.
Looking at it in scientific kind of view. It was a really massive creature.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So you never did get a look at the face, though, right?
Well, honestly, with the rain and stuff,
Yeah.
its face was actually drooped over with hair.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like I could not get any facial features. I could
Yeah.
see, of course, the body and stuff, and the hands. But
So
I mean, like it's
you saw hands?
yes, I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, as I passed by quickly. I mean, they were just kind of the reddish brown, kind of lighter tone to go with that.
Okay. And it was the reddish color you described. Did you see any kind of muscle detail, or is it just too much hair, wet, matted
Muscle
up?
details, I could say like getting closer to it. It kind of reminded me of like a hog with like kind of the where you can see the muscle of the pig,
Yeah.
like kind of putting it onto that type of body.
Hmm.
Like you
Okay.
can see where it's obviously like its torso and its muscle structure, things like that. Kind of like just looking at a human body, but just
Yeah.
put onto the hair aspect.
Gotcha. Uh, do you have any other comments that you want to make with it? So, last question. So before, I think you kind of said you weren't really into it. Were you kind of a believer, or just something you never thought
Well,
about, or?
I I did I do have a belief in things that are unnatural.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a friend in the army. He's half Native American, and I mean, this is another whole subject though. But he said he's seen skinwalkers and stuff, and I mean, we're really close. Been through a lot with the military. I mean, he's dead serious about it. But I
Gotcha.
mean, like I've always had a kind of thought of like there are things that we just don't know about.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, just common people doing their everyday, going to work and all that stuff. I mean, you don't really have people just going out into the wilderness. Like, I mean, you'll have people go, but that's only for a short time period. There's obviously things we still haven't seen yet.
All right. So, did you have any last comments or any last details you might have thought of?
So I'm just saying, it was, I guess it's such an honor, I guess, to see something like that in
Oh
my
yeah,
lifetime. I mean,
definitely.